On the 14th of June in 1955, at the Maharani Shanta Devi Hospital in Vadodara, Chandrakantaben and Aniruddhabai welcomed into this world their twins, Dushyant and his sister Devyani. Dushyant's parents were a great mix of intellect and intuition, strong conviction and unflinching faith. Being the youngest son with 4 older brothers, Dushyant and Devyani were lucky. They got to travel with their parents whenever his father got transferred, and finally they arrived in Ahmedabad, where he studied his college and law. A child with a curious mind and an affectionate heart, Dushyant would freely mingle with his father's friends, drivers, peons and their families alike. His stories run endless. How he sat with his dad's driver one time on a big thali and dined with the rest of the family. In his growing up years, he was fondly called Baba by his family and the staff. As a child, Baba had a zest to learn and an inquisitive nature which led to voracious reading. He read anything that came his way, and when he wasn't reading, he'd be listening. To what? Well, the radio. He would have his ear glued to Radio Ceylon and later to BBC. Even whilst we were dating, I had to hold on till news came. These radio stations were his introduction to ABC, and it was only in class 11 that he had access to an English medium education. 1978 marked the time when Dushyant moved into the springtime of his life. He started his practice at Gujarat High Court. In January 1980, we got married after dating for 7 years. And our first baby Shimali was born the same year, in November. Followed by Nimai, our son, in 1982 December. Dushyant has always been great at finding a balance between work and family, work and socializing, and work and time for himself. A devoted and doting father, he never missed a single moment with his loved ones. He always was there to put Shimali and Nimai to bed every single night, despite his busy schedule. As a lawyer, he was equally committed, diligent and creative with keen attention to detail. When it came to friends and colleagues, he'd never miss a party either. He would never be unprepared for work and yet would never miss anything fun. I wonder how he did all that and did all of it so well. His passions too are endless. While his family tops the list, he takes to golf, which is his love, music, which is there all the time, and reading, and gardening, of course, and flowers he loves. He's a colorful man. In 1986, Dushyant decided to leave everything he had and move to Delhi, to the Supreme Court. That were trying times for him, but he always had complete faith in himself. And there were no looking back. Life changed. There were new friendships to be made, new places to be explored, a new school for children, and a new way of life. But with Dushyant, that change too was a joyride. He was always there for the family. As the kids grew up, he became more of a friend to them. He'd always tell them, "Hey kids, be on the right side of law, and you will have no problems in life." He also taught them the key to excellence is discipline and hard work. When Shimali and Nimai decided to go to the US for studies, he sat with them himself and taught them to drink. We took endless holidays with kids visiting jungles, beaches and historical sites. In 1997, he lost his mom, who was like a saint. And in 1999, on his very birthday, he lost his father. They were both peaceful ends. He misses them, but he only remembers the happier times with them and the memories that he has. Thereafter, the 2002 riots in Gujarat broke his heart, and from that day until today, he has stood steadfastly defending the righteous path, and in all his articles, he passionately and logically takes up a stand where he pours his heart out. Our family extended its branches in May 2010 as Shimali married Gaurav Rai and moved to Baroda. They now have 2 wonderful girls, Jia and Tara. In December 2010, Nimai married Prachi. They now live in Mumbai with their wonderful kids, Maisha and Sama. 2015-2016, Dushyant won the president's election of the Supreme Court Bar Association and took up that job more seriously than anyone who had preceded him. He achieved many accolades, but most of all, he got some beautiful homes which would otherwise never have come in the way of the lawyers. On 26th September 2017, Dushyant was devastated by the sudden loss of Satyak, his brother. But through it, he taught us how to face everything life throws at you with your head held high. Today, I look fondly at the old days, Dushyant, from the days of not even having a cycle when we married, to cars. I know you had to struggle, but you did it so well. I'm so proud of you. Dushyant's generosity continues to increase as our abundance does. He has helped and continues to help everyone who comes his way. With him, I have shared a life rich in experience. We've moved from homes, more homes than a cat, 3 in Ahmedabad, 7 in Delhi if I'm not wrong. And I'm not even counting the present one we are living in. Yet, we have roots that our family planted, thanks to Dushyant's love and devotion towards his family. Every new year, that's Diwali, we try and spend with our family, with his brothers Pradeep Bhai, Neetu Bhavi, Dilip Bhai, Sudha Bhavi, Ranti Bhai, Kalpana Bhavi, and Satish Bhai's wife, now Radha Bhavi, and their kids Amar, Farida, Alia, Hasid, Anisha, and their daughter. Sister Devyani lives in the US, married to Ramesh Bhai, and has 2 lovely kids, Priya and Vivek, who's married to Alice. We don't get to see them that often, so for Diwalis we miss them a lot. As you turn 25 today, Dushyant. Oops, as you turn 65 today, Dushyant. You look just what you looked at 25. You possess a strong sense of righteousness and the flaming courage to speak his mind. Speak your mind, and your love for me remains forever. I love you, and a very happy birthday again.
Hi Dushyant, here's wishing you from my family in India and Germany a very, very happy birthday. We are so proud of your meteoric rise and your brilliance. And I'm personally so energized by your passion and your interest and your understanding of the arts. You have helped so many artists, and I'm really grateful for that. So have a wonderful birthday, and even though in these terrible and unprecedented circumstances, and wishing you many, many more to come, and we are sure to be there next year to celebrate together. Happy birthday!
We met February 1978 in Kanpur. A rambunctious 2-3 days. We hit it off. Over the next few months, we exchanged letters. Then chance brought me to Ahmedabad. It eventually became my home, owing in no small measure to this warm and witty, knowledgeable and ambitious new friend. Friendship is a unique relationship in that it is purely voluntary. It is tested by time and place, even situational differences. Over 42 years, our friendship has matured and withstood so much. His loyalty has assured it be so, and his humanity. I consider myself blessed in having such a friend as Dushyant.
Dushyant, happy birthday. When Ami gave me less than 24 hours notice to write a message for your 65th birthday, and that through to a WhatsApp, all those who know Ami would agree that this was not a negotiable matter, and that the only choice I had was to do or die. So of course, I chose to do it. I think that at the time when the young firebrand Ami, whose competitive nature and physical stamina had earned her the enviable position of a national level swimmer, was being wooed by you, that you quickly learned the subtle art of controlling your mercurial temper and remaining cool and focused as you attempted to debate the myriad of issues that young lovers discuss. I also think that in this wooing phase, you also learned the necessity of having to swim upstream to achieve seemingly insurmountable goals like winning Ami's heart and making her your life partner. I firmly believe that these two traits have been most helpful in achieving an enviable degree of success in your legal career. So I would confidently suggest that there is some truth, particularly in your case, in the old adage that behind every successful man is definitely a woman. We met you all over 30 years ago when you shifted from Baroda to Delhi and came to live opposite our residence in New Friends Colony. Our children were young, as indeed were yours, and so they bonded well. And of course, we too would spend some evenings together. Family members from Baroda would frequent your home, and we were always invited to meet them. These meetings, amongst which we were honored to meet your parents, helped us understand how closely knit your familial relationships are, how affectionate you all are towards each other, and how amazingly reverent you are towards your elders. Today, after an association of over 30 years, when you have set up residence in Delhi's elitist colony, when the children are happily married, and when you have been blessed with grandchildren, then by all yardsticks, you have truly arrived. Yet, most endearingly, you remain so humble and genial that I am delighted to suggest that you have proven to your father that you are a worthy custodian of his legacy. Over the last few years, you have been very actively expressing your views on emergent issues on the television, in the newsprint, and other forums. I would say that your views on preserving the sanctity of the judiciary are very bold and are suggestive of a kind of awakening akin to something like Mahatma Gandhi had experienced when he was thrown out of the first-class carriage in South Africa. And though I cannot say that this awakening will probably make you journey towards Tagore's India, where the mind is without fear and the head is held high, or whether you will be consumed by other unshakable beliefs in the upliftment of the downtrodden, or the social injustices of the caste system, or the divisive secular issues that pervade our society, the one thing I'm sure of is that all the doorways to your destined path have now definitely opened up for you to gallop on with any or all the causes that you decide to champion. My best wishes for a fantastic journey. Dushyant dear, on your birthday, I wish for you what my mother always wished for me on my birthday. तुम जियो हजारों साल और हर साल के एक दिन हों 50,000. Love and blessings, Rakesh.
Happy birthday to you. Happy long life to you. Happy birthday, dear Dushyant. Happy birthday to you. Dushyant, it has been wonderful knowing you, and I do admire the causes you stand for, and sometimes they're very, very difficult ones. As a good timid friend, I remember at times having advised, why do you do these kind of things? They harm your personal interest. But your reply was always, someone has to do it, and what is most important, to stand for good causes and stand for justice and stand for truth. And Dushyant, by now one has come to admire you for that. And now a few things for you. My first meeting with Dushyant was at Delhi Golf Course through a mutual acquaintance. Dushyant, I found an interesting person and started observing him, and I found he was a no-nonsense person, calling spade a spade. I started observing another aspect of his, which was generosity. Sometimes I would find him asking a caddy about his welfare and then quietly taking money from his pocket, handing it over to him and saying, "Apna khayal rakhna." Then I observed, if there was any calamity anywhere, he would donate very generously and feel for these causes very deeply. One of my observations was that he treated his friends very closely and informally. And an example of this was that one day we were at Dr. Sood's home for a dinner. He asked for a single malt, went through Dr. Sood's collection of whiskey, which was really huge and big, produced a bottle of single malt which he loved, poured a drink for himself and enjoyed it, which gave me a feeling that here's a person who, once he treats someone as a friend, really has no informality, and gave a feeling that if he was a friend, he was a friend from the core. Any friend having even a remotest small or big issue or a problem, he came forward to help. Here was a man, a brilliant lawyer, upholding the highest standards of being on the right side, yet remains humane to the underprivileged, looking after the needs of everybody, be that emotionally or financially. A man of firm convictions, which don't evolve from emotions but from hardcore career thinking. Only a very firm logic can make him rethink. I found him sure of his facts. Anyone with a wrong fact discussing a thing with him can irritate him. In spite of his fantastic respectful nature to age, he can erupt. A great friend, and God has been kind to him for having him met his wife, Ami, who is a great compliment and a strength to him. We love the couple, and they have been a lot of fun, cheer, pleasure, and a pillar in our being. God bless Dushyant, Ami, and the family.
Happy birthday, Dada. Happy birthday, Dada. Bless you lots of love. Wish you lots of love. Have a great day. Have a great day. Have a great day. Have a great day. Hi, guys. lockdown, lockdown. What is Narendra Modi saying? Narendra Modi is saying it's Nana's 65th birthday. Happy birthday, Nana. Happy birthday, Nana.
वो आटे से ऑलरेडी खेल लिया उसको। अरे ऊपर करना बहुत साफ
दिल ढूंढता है फिर वही फुर्सत के रात दिन। दिल ढूंढता है फिर वही फुर्सत के रात दिन। बैठे रहे तसव्वुरे जाना किए हुए। दिल ढूंढता है फिर वही फुर्सत के रात दिन। दिल ढूंढता है फिर वही।
Woken up with a magical mist, walked down on the garden path. Gold leaves bestowed on me. Dew sparkled with the first rays of sun. The swing picked up the pace of my thoughts. It all seemed festive, virgin, beautiful. The nip in the air, call of the magpie, the season of romance. The time ticked away, the moment arrived. Did it really happen? Wild, untamed, caught in the storm, circling away in the land of fantasy. The time kept rhythm with my words. The air was pure like my feelings. Touch the sun, can you ever? It's hot and radiant and glowing too. That's what it is, the power of love. Lost in my dreams, don't know where. Happy I am swept off my feet. I hope to abide by the roots. God, walk beside me in this act of mine. Dushyant, wishing you a very, very happy birthday. And I love you always.